On the final night of the year, television once again proved that memories still carry immense power. As the clock edged closer to midnight, millions of viewers found themselves drawn to familiar voices rather than fleeting trends. The annual music program did more than mark the end of a year, it reflected a shift in how audiences connect with entertainment. Viewership numbers revealed a clear story, one shaped by nostalgia, legacy, and emotional attachment. At the very peak of the night, a legendary singer took the stage and held the nation's attention. Her performance felt less like a routine appearance and more like a collective moment of reflection. Homes across the region paused, listening closely, as decades of music history resonated in a single song. That moment became the most watched segment of the evening. Shortly before the program ended, the announcement of the winning team pushed overall viewing to an even higher level. For the first time in several years, the broadcast crossed a symbolic threshold that had once seemed out of reach. This was not a sudden miracle but the result of deliberate planning. The later half of the program showed especially strong engagement. It surpassed a benchmark that broadcasters quietly regard as a sign of success. This achievement had not been seen for several years. Behind the scenes, producers had made a clear decision about whom they wanted to reach. Rather than chasing every new trend, they focused on viewers who have maintained a steady habit of watching television. That choice reshaped the entire flow of the night. Veteran performers became the backbone of the show. Artists who had not appeared for decades returned to the spotlight. Their presence immediately translated into stronger audience numbers. Each familiar melody acted like a bridge to the past. One band's long-awaited return reminded viewers of summers long gone. Another iconic figure appeared unexpectedly, creating a moment of surprise and excitement. These performances did not rely on flashy gimmicks. They relied on shared memory. Earlier in the evening, another well-known entertainer made a rare appearance. That single segment lifted the overall mood and attention level. It also helped prepare viewers for the traditional challenge segments that followed. Long-running features once again proved their value. They kept viewers engaged rather than prompting them to change channels. With a solid foundation established, the program then welcomed artists popular with younger generations. This balance prevented the show from feeling stuck in the past. Instead, it felt like a conversation between eras. Modern performers added energy without breaking the atmosphere. Their presence built upon what had already been created. One of the most talked about moments came from a group that had not appeared for several years. Former members reunited, standing together on the same stage once more. The songs they performed were instantly recognizable. Each chorus sparked memories for viewers who had grown up with them. As the final notes faded, viewership surged. For a significant stretch of the night, that performance stood among the most watched. It took much later for another act to surpass it. Observers noted how strongly viewers in their 30s and 40s responded. Many of them now juggle work, family, and daily responsibilities. Yet for a few minutes, they were transported back to their youth. This emotional pull explained the sudden spike in attention. It wasn't just about music. It was about identity and shared experience. Industry insiders have taken note of this pattern. They see clear evidence that strategy matters more than novelty alone. The show is no longer defined solely by current chart toppers. Instead, it thrives on songs that have survived time. This approach has delivered results 2 years in a row. Each year, the average audience has grown rather than declined. That consistency suggests the trend will continue. Producers now speak openly about their future direction. They emphasize resonance over popularity. They talk about emotional connection rather than rankings. The night demonstrated that older hits still have the power to unite. It showed that television can succeed by understanding its audience deeply. Rather than chasing youth at all costs, it embraced maturity. In doing so, it reminded viewers why they once gathered around the screen together. The broadcast became less about competition and more about continuity. It honored the past while acknowledging the present. As the year closed, the message was clear. Stories, songs, and voices that have lasted decades still matter. And when they are brought together thoughtfully, people will always listen.